Jake, those two are throwing punches. Time to come down.
Well, for once I'm happy they're fighting, saved by the squabble.
Hi, I'm Miss Jean. Join me on a trip to Discovery Mountain, where the air is clear, almost clear enough to hear your imagination, and where every day is an exercise in faith. Join me for today's expedition in Discovery Mountain. This is episode 4 in our Summer of Strife story. Now, if you missed the first 3 episodes, well, don't worry. You can listen to each of them on our website, discoverymountain.com. Now, Jake has been pretty frustrated with 2 of his summer campers, Judah and Ben. I wonder if his talk with Ben helped. Do you think Judah and Ben can ever become friends? And how about the drama practice? I wonder if anyone has been learning their lines for the big production on Saturday night.
Much better. A tasty lunch of hearty camp food, and I'm ready for the rest of the day. Whatever these campers throw at me, I, Counselor Jake, am now prepared.
Were you talking to me?
Oh, hi, Miss Tamara. No, I was just talking to myself about how good lunch was as I walked back to the cabin.
It was good. They have the best food here at Discovery Mountain Camp. Or maybe it's just because these kids keep me running around so much that I'm so hungry at camp. Either way, I always go home from camp and brag to my husband about the food.
Your husband? But you're Miss Tamara.
Yeah, that's what the kids call me. You know, I'm from the South, and that's just the way we do it.
Huh. Well, what do you know? Miss Wendy was telling me last night about the trip you two took to Banff, Alberta. Sounded like a great time. So, hey, is she a miss, or does she have a husband, too?
Oh, Jake, you are a dear. She's married, too. You know, Wendy and I have been best friends since 4th grade. We've never let our friendship fade, no matter how far apart we live from each other. Every year, we take a trip somewhere new together.
Since 4th grade? Let's see, who were my friends back in 4th grade? Oh, there was Nick. We weren't really friends. He used to try to get me to eat bugs all the time. Yuck. Brandon, yeah, he was my friend. Yeah, we used to ride bikes to school together. Good times.
Well, you know, Wendy and I weren't always friends. We started out as mortal enemies.
Mortal enemies, really? Oh, that's a story I'd love to hear sometime.
Hey, Counselor Jake, is there any mail for me? Did my mom send me a package?
Okay, Ben, just hold your horses. I'll give it to you in the cabin.
So there is something for me. Woohoo!
Ben, save some of that enthusiasm for drama class this afternoon.
Oh, I always have lots of enthusiasm. Counselor Jake, we're at the cabin.
Hey, let's go inside, Ben. Wait your turn.
Well, goodbye, Jake. I'll tell you that story sometime. It's a good one.
Inside Blackfoot Cabin, Jake sorted the stack of mail. The boys all sat eagerly on the edge of their bunks, waiting to see if their names would be called.
All right, boys, mail from home. Let's see who's got something today. Marcelo, think fast, catch. That's a big envelope. Sounds like candy. You better hide that. Aiden, here's an envelope for you.
Oh, yes.
Matthew, a letter for you. Hey, you're from Texas? Cool, buddy.
Thank you.
And Ben, a letter for you.
Yes!
Caden, Logan, you've got emails. Here's a printout. All right, Judah and Connor, nothing today. Sorry, guys.
Hey, everybody. My mom sent me a picture of my little sister holding my pet hamster. Do you guys want to see it?
As the boys gather around Ben to look at his picture, Judah climbs up into his bunk and buries his head under his pillow. He seems awfully disappointed to not get mail, but not everyone gets mail every day. Something else, something bigger, seems to be going on with Judah.
Okay, boys, this afternoon is one of the highlights of the entire week. It's our turn to go rock climbing with Mr. Reader. Now, I want you guys to pay careful attention to his instructions, all right? Let's go.
Jake followed the path out of Blackfoot Cabin and out to the rock climbing area in the mountains. Judah was the last to leave the cabin, and he still seemed upset about the mail. Now, some camps have indoor walls for climbing, but not Discovery Mountain Camp. It's surrounded by mountains and has great places for climbing, even for beginners.
Hello, Blackfoot Cabin. Are you boys ready to learn the basics of mountain climbing?
We're ready to climb.
Well, I appreciate your enthusiasm, Ben. Today, we learn the ropes, literally. And later in the week, we climb. Here at Discovery Mountain Camp, we top rope with belay partners. Now, everyone grab a helmet, and let's practice. Jake, you're with me. We're going to demonstrate.
Okay, but are we going to climb?
Well, sure we are. We'll show the boys how it's done.
Hey, we're not going to climb too high, are we, Mr. Reader? I'm afraid of heights, you know.
Afraid of heights? How did you ever end up at Discovery Mountain?
Long story.
All right, boys. Partner up, and we'll practice getting our gear on. Proper gear and tying your ropes right is a must for rock climbing.
Okay, boys, pair up by bunks.
Oh, great. This day is just going from bad to worse.
All right, everyone, grab a harness and tighten it around your waist.
Here, Judah, catch. I got you one.
Okay, the next step is to decide who the lead climber is. Now, we're not actually going to climb today, so it doesn't really matter except for learning the equipment. Okay? Got it?
Judah, that's me. I want to be the lead climber.
Fine. We're not actually climbing anything, so what does it matter?
All right, watch me as I tie the rope in a figure 8. Now, you practice.
Over, around, stick Bob in the eye. Wait, how did it go again?
Here, give it to me. Let me try. Behind, stick Bob in the eye.
Boys, here, let me show you. See? Now, slide it onto Judah's carabiner and onto his harness. Got it?
Sure, I guess.
All right, next, let's wind the rope through the leader's belay device. This is where we control how much rope is released at a time. Now, connect it to the leader's harness. Now, let's close the system. Always tie a fisherman's knot at the end of the rope. Okay, hey, Counselor Jake, it looks like we're ready to climb.
I guess it does, huh?
Climbers, before we start, there are 4 things we always double-check before we climb. First, we check the climber's rope knot is correct and his harness is secure. Then we check that the leader's belay rope is correct and that his harness is secure. Jake, are we all systems go?
I think so, Mr. Reader. I'm at your mercy.
All right, here we go.
On belay.
Belay on.
Climbing.
Climb on.
Take.
You want to take a break already?
Yeah, take.
Got. You boys see how it works? Climber and leader have to work together as a team. Oh, Judah and Ben, what has happened to you two? You're all knotted up together. How did you manage that?
Ben doesn't know what he's doing. He tied the leader rope to my harness and the climber rope to the... Ow, watch it. Belay! Counselor Jake, help!
Judah, stand still and I'll fix it. Hey, would you quit squirming?
Jake, those two are throwing punches. Time to come down.
Well, for once I'm happy they're fighting. Saved by the squabble.
Camp Director Reader untangled the boys and quickly separated them. He was not happy about their behavior. So, as Jake walked the rest of the group over to the drama tent, Judah and Ben followed Reader to his office.
All right, gentlemen, take a seat. Now, what is going on here?
It's all his fault.
Wait. One at a time. Judah, how about if you go first?
Well, I was trying to help him untie the knot. That's all.
That's all? From my point of view, you two were slugging each other pretty hard. How did untying knots turn into a fist fight?
I don't know.
You don't know. Well, all right. Ben, do you have anything to add?
I sure do.
Knock, knock. Sorry to interrupt, Mr. Reader.
Well, hello, Miss Tamara.
I wondered if my actors were almost ready to come to drama class. I can't have a drama about Joseph and his 11 brothers with only 9 brothers. Now, can I?
Judah, he is excused. Ben has some more to say on this situation, so I'm going to keep him here just a little bit longer. Judah, you may go.
Thank you, Mr. Reader.
So, what's going on with you two, Judah? You and Ben just can't seem to get along. I thought rock climbing was the best part of camp. Well, besides drama, of course.
I know. I've been looking forward to it all summer.
Well, then what's going on?
I don't know.
Judah, just think about today. Was there something today that made you and Ben fight?
Not really. I mean, just before rock climbing, he got a letter from his mom with a picture of his little sister and his pet hamster. Made me think of my little sister.
Oh, are you feeling a little homesick?
No. Why would I? My parents don't care about me. All my mom cares about is my sister's ballet audition. They couldn't wait to get rid of me at camp and spend the week with their favorite child, the perfect little angel.
You didn't want to come to Discovery Mountain Camp?
Well, I wanted to go to teen camp, not tween.
Oh, I see. But you asked to go to camp, right?
Yeah, and at first my parents said it was too expensive. Then they saw how much I wanted to come, and they said they'd find a way to make the extra money and send me.
Oh, it sounds to me like you have some parents that went way out of their way to send you to a place you wanted to go. It doesn't sound like they were getting rid of you.
Well, they've always favored Gracie. She's gotten all the attention since she was a baby.
Now you sound a lot like your namesake.
My namesake?
Yes, Judah from the Bible.
Oh, yeah, I looked it up yesterday. My family doesn't really go to church. I don't even know the story. I'm not named after that, Judah.
Oh, who were you named after?
Some old music group, the Beatles. You've probably never heard of them. They have a song about Jude or something, and my mom liked it, and Judah sounds like Jude, so yeah, not the Bible story.
Well, Judah, you may have more in common with the Bible Judah than you know. That Judah thought his dad favored his little brother Joseph.
I read about the coat. Sounds like he did favor him.
Well, Joseph and Benjamin were his sons from Rachel. They never thought she could have children. They were both special boys, born to their father late in life.
Benjamin? Why is he my brother?
You two really don't get along. Judah, we're here at class now, but maybe later I can tell you a story of Miss Wendy and me. Once upon a time, we were just like you and Ben.
Really? But I thought...
I know. We're the best of friends now, like sisters. Come on inside. We're late.
Miss Tamara and Miss Wendy were once enemies like Judah and Ben? Now, that's a story that I want to hear. How about you? Well, after this short break, let's find out how they're doing in the drama tent.
Hi, I'm Camp Director Reader. Have you visited our website, discoverymountain.com yet? There are all kinds of fun things to do there. You can watch behind-the-scenes videos of how we make this program, listen to other episodes, send us a message, and a lot more. Learn more about the characters in this amazing town, Discovery Mountain, all at discoverymountain.com.
Miss Tamara and Judah walk back into the drama tent, and it's not at all as Miss Tamara left it. There's paint flying everywhere. And the counselors? Well, Jake and Sarah are covered in it.
Oh, my. What's going on here? Sarah, Jake, you two are counselors and you're covered in paint. And where's Miss Wendy?
Oh, she had to step out and take a phone call from her daughter. It's okay. We're in charge.
It does not look like you're in charge or that it's okay.
Oh, it is okay, Miss Tamara. I can explain. You see, the girls were complaining that the drama doesn't have enough lines for girls and that they're stuck painting backdrops.
Well, there's not much I can do about that one. It is a story of Joseph and his brothers, and we have some fun backdrops. Sure, the desert isn't very exciting, but Pharaoh's palace is a fun one. All those beautiful columns.
Hey, that's what I said, but they didn't like the answer.
And so, in a friendly way, I flicked some paint at Jake.
And I flicked some right back, and then the kids joined in.
And let me guess, it just sort of went downhill from there.
Yep. But, I'd actually say it went uphill. I haven't had this much fun all summer.
Well, at least it's light brown paint. The desert scene is nearly done. Clean up. Come on, boys and girls, clean the paint off the floor. It should mop right up if we catch it while it's still wet. Hurry, we have to move quickly.
Miss Tamara, I'm so sorry the kids got out of control. It was just so nice to see them getting along and having fun.
Jake, just grab a mop and you're forgiven. Well, so much for getting lines rehearsed today.
Jake and Sarah mopped and scrubbed, and all of the light brown paint came off of the floor, the chairs, even their faces. They left the backdrop as Miss Tamara suggested. It did look like the desert already. Judah was not having a good day. On the menu for supper that night were grilled cheese sandwiches and tomato soup. Judah didn't like tomato soup. He took his tray of food and, glancing over at his usual seat with the other Blackfoot cabin campers, all that he could see was the back of Ben's head. He didn't want to be anywhere near him. Judah found a small empty table in the far corner of the cafeteria. He bit into his grilled cheese sandwich.
Is this seat taken?
Nope, not at all.
Well then, I'll join you. Hey, you know that grilled cheese tastes even better dunked in tomato soup.
Yuck, I don't even like tomato soup.
Really? Well, I'll trade you half my sandwich for your bowl of tomato soup. I just might throw in a free story.
Okay, I'll trade you.
This is good. Judah, Miss Wendy and I met when we were about your age. It was 4th grade.
Oh?
It was Murfreesboro, Tennessee. I grew up there, so I knew everything about the place, where the best shortcuts were to the old Fort Park, where all the tornado shelters were, and just when to ask the owner of the corner store for a free ice cream cone.
Ooh, free ice cream cone.
Oh, yeah, it's a South. I just had to know how to sweet talk him. Well, on the first day of 4th grade, there she was, a new girl. She had blonde, curly hair up in 2 little pigtails and a perfect little sweater with perfect matching socks. And she was from the north. She had a weird accent and everything.
Was it Miss Wendy?
You got it. I tried to be nice to her, but she just didn't want to talk to me.
How were you nice?
Well, you know, I waved all sweet from across the classroom, but she sat right there in the front of the room and acted like she didn't even see me waving at her. And you know what else?
What?
I was always the smartest girl in my class until Miss Wendy arrived anyway. One day that first week, I had a spelling test. I missed 1 word. She didn't miss any. Well, I wasn't about to let that happen again. The next week, I got all my spelling words right. She did too. And the bonus point words. I mean, whoever gets the bonus spelling words right?
Sounds like Miss Wendy, all right.
Well, it didn't seem right to me, so I raised my hand and I told the teacher what I believed happened. Miss Wendy cheated.
Did she?
Well, I don't know. But it was the only thing that made sense. Oh, in her sweet voice, she told the teacher that she had not cheated. But that wasn't exactly the end of things. She was mad at me. Whew. For 3 days, she just stood against the wall at recess and didn't play with anyone. Whenever I looked at her, she looked at me with fierce anger in her eyes.
Did anyone ask her to play?
I don't think so. No one really was sure whether she was a cheater or not.
So, what happened?
Well, the next day at recess, I was minding my own business, swinging on the monkey bars, having fun, when Miss Wendy walked up to me. I was hanging upside down, but I knew it was her because of the socks. Well, I sat up straight on the monkey bars and listened.
What did she say?
She just crossed her arms, leaned in close to me, and said, "I don't like it that you told teacher that I cheated. I didn't cheat, and you should apologize to me." You know, she's always been a little bossy.
Did you apologize?
I did. I said, "I'm sorry. Do you want to swing from the monkey bars with me?" And she said, "Sure." And we've been best friends ever since.
It was just that easy?
Well, there's a little more to the story than that. You see, I didn't know it, but Miss Wendy was a Christian. The night before, her daddy told her that she needed to talk to me about how she was feeling and not hold in hate. Then he read her a verse from the Bible, Proverbs chapter 10, verse 12. Hate stirs up strife, but love covers all sins.
Oh, strife, like fighting. I get it. Now I know why you're sitting with me telling me this story, and not just because you like tomato soup.
You're a clever young man, Judah. You know, you and Ben could work things out. The answer isn't hate, it's love.
Love?
Yes, the kind of love that God gives us for each other. In spite of how different you and Ben are, God can fill you with love for him.
That would be a miracle.
God's love is a miracle. It's a miracle that he loves us, sinful and human, as each of us are.
Why didn't Miss Wendy wave to you when you tried to make friends in the beginning? You could have avoided the whole thing.
Oh, that. You are a good listener. She couldn't see me. Miss Wendy didn't get glasses until Christmas of 5th grade. The girl was nearly blind as a bat until then. Ah, the good times we've had.
Miss Tamara, how do I learn more about God? Being here at Discovery Mountain Camp, I feel for the first time like I want to get to know him. But I don't have the first clue of how to.
Judah, you're in the right place. You might not have wanted to come to Tween Camp, but God brought you here to Discovery Mountain. He has a way of bringing just the right people to this place. You can get to know God during the prayers, chapel services, campfire songs. They're all a part of our praise to him. Just tell God that you're listening.
Thanks, Miss Tamara. And hey, you didn't eat your second bowl of soup.
I know, but you did eat my half of the sandwich. And you listened to my story. It still sounds like a good trade to me.
If Miss Tamara and Miss Wendy could work out their differences and become best friends, well, maybe there was hope for Judah and Ben to get along after all. We're going to take a short break, but don't go away. I can almost hear the crackling wood and smell the campfire smoke. It's time to sing. Hi, I'm Miss Jean, and I hope that you're enjoying listening to this story series, Summer of Strife. This is just one episode of 10 Discovery Mountain episodes in this story series. Now, if you have found us partway through this story, don't worry. You can listen on demand to all of the episodes on our website, discoverymountain.com. You can pick up the story from the very beginning. That's discoverymountain.com. It had been a long day at Discovery Mountain Camp for the campers in Blackfoot Cabin. Judah and Ben had raced against each other in the pool in the morning. They had tangled themselves up in knots in the afternoon. And now, sitting around the glow of the campfire, Judah thought about Miss Tamara's story. Could he really get along with Ben, of all people?
Good evening, campers. Who's ready to make some music and praise our God?
Woohoo! I am Mr. Garcia. Let's sing.
Judah looked across the fire pit at Miss Tamara. She smiled and shook her head at him as if to say, "Don't let him annoy you, Judah. Come on, you're better than this." Judah sighed.
Campers, who has a testimony for me? How did God bless you at camp today?
Oh, Mr. Garcia, I've got one. You know, I wasn't having the best day today, and then in the drama room, we decided to get a little silly with the paint. Oh, it was the most fun I've had all summer. I am so glad that God brought me here.
All right, Counselor Jake, I love that. Thanks for your testimony. I've got one, too. You remember I ordered some new guitar picks from Mr. Simon just a few weeks ago. This morning, I went and grabbed them, and walking back to the camp, I must have dropped them. But I went back to look for it, and there in the dark, it was sitting right in the middle of the path. God helped me find them. Let's sing, guys.
Mr. Garcia, can I request a song? It's one my friend Miss Wendy and I have been singing for years together.
Sure thing. What is it?
Climbing Up the Mountain.
All right, campers, you heard that. Let's sing this one for Miss Tamara and Miss Wendy.
Oh, I am climbing up the mountain, over the hills and sand. It's not too hard to climb the mountain, holding on to Jesus' hand. Oh, I am climbing up the mountain, over the hills and sand. It's not too hard to climb the mountain, holding on to Jesus' hand.
Campers, you sound good tonight. But I know you can sing even louder, so come on, let's sing nice and loud on this next one.
Around the campfire with all our friends, we wish this was a week that never ends. We all were strangers, but now we know with God our friendship will only grow. Friends you can rely on, who always show they care. God is our best friend, and He is always there. Friends you can rely on, who won't give up on you. God is our best friend, and He will be yours too. Around the campfire with all our friends, we wish this was a week that never ends. We all were strangers, but now we know with God our friendship will only grow.
Go, tween campers! That's an awesome song about friendship, and you know, that's a big part about camp. Making new friends for life and our best friend, Jesus. Now let's sing our theme song again. Counselor Sarah, Reader, Hay, and Mr. Simon, you two, come on over here and join me.
Discover drama with all the messages we bring. Discover campfire and all the happy songs we sing. Discovery Mountain, the place I want to be. Discover more of God and all His plans for me.
Awesome, campers. All praise to our God. Good night, and God bless you.
There sure is a lot going on at Discovery Mountain Camp. Judah and Ben still seem to be struggling. I wonder if they'll get to do rock climbing later in the week. And the whole paint mess? Well, that means that still no one practiced any lines. Will they be ready for the performance on Saturday night? And did Miss Tamara's story about her friendship with Miss Wendy, did it remind you of a time that you had a disagreement with someone? How did it work out for you? Well, we'd like to hear your story. Send it to us, and it just might make it into a future episode of Discovery Mountain. You never know. Listen for the address at the end of the program.
Hi, I'm Director Doug. You know, a big part of my job is to pay attention to the details in each script. In every script, I have to know which voice actors are involved so that I can schedule them to be in the studio at the same time. How good are you at hearing the details? Do you know the names of all the boys in Jake's Blackfoot cabin? Here's a hint. In one of the early scenes in this episode, they're all named. Directors listen for those details in scripts. Are you future director material?
I'm Miss Jean, and you've been listening to Discovery Mountain. To listen to other episodes and to send us a message, visit us at discoverymountain.com or write to us at Discovery Mountain, P.O. Box 999, Loveland, Colorado 80539. And in Canada, write to Box 2127, Oshawa, Ontario, L1H7V4. This has been a production of The Voice of Prophecy. Join us again next time here at Discovery Mountain, where every day is an exercise in faith.